Action being taken on social media regarding Afghanistan. Joining me now is CNET'S senior reporter SHARA TIBKEN. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's start off with everything around Afghanistan. What's happening on social media right now?
Yeah, so as expected, people are posting a lot. We're seeing doctored photos, misinformation. Facebook and Twitter are really trying to stay ahead of this, but with every big event, you end up having misinformation that is spread out there.
How is the Taliban using social media?
We tend to think of the Taliban as kind of backwards, but they've actually been pretty savvy with technology. The Taliban uses WhatsApp to send messages to people in Afghanistan to say, hey, we're in charge now. So that's one way they're using it. They are actually listed on Facebook's dangerous organizations. So they're not allowed to directly post. There's not supposed to be anything glorifying them, but they are really savvy in how they're using different parts of social media and different parts of technology.
Okay, so Facebook obviously making recommendations for them not to post or taking those down. So what about other social media companies like Twitter and TikTok and things like that? What are they doing about this?
We're seeing the same sort of thing. These companies are trying to figure out what the situation is. The Taliban has been on list of dangerous organizations, and so it was pretty easy in the past to say anything about them is banned. That's kind of where we are right now. But as the Taliban, if it becomes recognized as the official government by the United States and other countries, then the social media companies may have to re-examine what they do about, the official country Facebook page or different parts of social media. So it'll be interesting to see how this evolves. But, right now the policy is to take any of this kind of glorification of the Taliban down.
All right, interesting. And switching gears right now, a new but old social media site launched this week. What's happening with that?
Yeah, so Yik Yak, which was really popular with college kids about 5 years ago, has relaunched. It's basically an anonymous gossip site that lets you post for people who are within a 5-mile radius. So it was very popular on college campuses, but it also became this kind of haven of cyberbullying, especially since everything was anonymous, but now it's back.
Okay, I've never even heard of this, so I feel a little out of touch, but knowing it's mostly for college students makes me feel better. Why did it go away in 2017 anyway?
It had so many problems with cyberbullying and people just posting kind of hate and terrible things on the site. So it kind of had a 4-year run. It was popular with college kids and then, shut down in 2017. The problems with cyberbullying were a big issue. And, it ended and now it's back.
So what are they going to do now to prevent those problems from happening again, those issues from the past?
So the app now tells you that there's a zero tolerance policy in terms of cyberbullying and some of these other, inflammatory comments that people can make. It also has some resources that people can look into if they're being harassed or things like that. The problem is going to be because it's kind of like mini social networks all over. So it's just your neighborhood, basically. It's just 5-mile radius. So moderating it is going to be really difficult. So it's going to be up to users to kind of flag if there's anything that's being inappropriate.
All right, let's talk a little bit about movie theaters. AMC, we hear there's a new way to pay at the movie theater. What is it and why is the company doing this now?
Yeah, so AMC is going to start letting people buy movie tickets with Bitcoin. It's aiming to have that done by the end of the year. And basically, I think part of it is everybody's kind of talking about Bitcoin right now. So it's kind of a good way for people, to talk about AMC, but also, AMC stock had this huge run up because of kind of sort of the GameStop effect where casual investors were investing in these companies that they really liked because they wanted them to succeed and they wanted to squeeze, short sellers. So AMC thinks that a lot of its investors are interested in Bitcoin, so it wants to do something for them and kind of be at the forefront of accepting cyber currency. So we'll see how this actually works. Bitcoin is pretty volatile. So the price of your your popcorn could vary from day to day based in Bitcoin, but it's something that AMC wants to try.
All right. Well, popcorn's kind of pricey anyway at the movies, so that should be interesting. I think I'll just stick with old-fashioned cash and my debit card. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.